believe these people? They never stop with this crap. I've told YouTube about 8 times to take this video down. No response. Hey, hold on a second. I need another call. Hello?
Hey, it's me.
Who's this?
Your agent? How's your 5th anniversary video coming along?
Oh, God. Have I really been doing these dumb videos that long?
You better have something big lined up. Your fan base demands it, and we need the ad revenue.
I don't even know if I want to do these videos ever again, let alone a big special event video. And those videos are usually such a disaster anyway, full of self-serving references that only 2% of people are going to actually care about.
Would you stop being a baby? What type of internet video producer are you?
One with pride! You're lucky I don't just quit right now!
If you want to be big time, you'll man up and do a special video. Fan service. I want the wristband, the necklace, the hair, all of it.
I'm not your monkey, AJ. I'll do whatever type of video I want. No pretentious bullshit and no overdone references to past videos. I just don't get it.
Did that motherfucker just hang up on me?
Top of the lineup, DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu coming over from the Cubs, along with Tyler Coleman, 2 off seasons ago. For Ian Stewart, Southern California guy.
Wow, Cream, Wheels of Fire. I've been looking for this forever.
He had really a nasty end to his career in Chicago.
Hey, Rascal's Greatest Hits. This is great. Wow, mountain climbing, unbelievable.
Hi everyone. It's been 5 long years of me reviewing NES games online, and here we are at my last one. I hope you're ready. So I usually try and play games and connect them to something going on in my life, a holiday, what have you. However, for my last video, I'm going to go in an entirely different direction. I'm randomly playing Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger, the 1993 action film starring Sylvester Stallone and John Lithgow. It involved a group of thieves trying to force Stallone's character, a mountain climber, to retrieve suitcases of cash using his skills. This ultra-violent film featured murders every 5 minutes, icicle impalings, and guys getting shot in the head. Not since Platoon was such a perfect family film chosen for an NES game adaptation. So there you are, Gabe the Mountain Climber, dressed in all green without sleeves. You're not dressed like a mountain climber, you're dressed like Link on steroids! Who in their right mind would wear a sleeveless shirt on a snowy mountain range? How sad do you have to be to show off what measly muscles you have by wearing one of those trashy shirts? Okay, I walked right into that one. Wow, are the graphics bad? What's up with the green dotted plaid mountains in background? The small trees, they look like they were drawn by 4-year-olds. This is a late NES release from '93, not 1986. Some NES games at this point rivaled the SNES in graphics to a degree. This is rivaling an Atari 7800 game. Not that I dislike the 7800, but come on. To its credit though, the animation is pretty good, from the walking and running to the jumping frames. So you're quickly greeted by deadly snow falling off the cabins. The enemies don't get much better than that. There's wolves, yeah, punch the hell out of them, and endangered eagles. Kick that eagle in the nards! But if they have nards, probably? Besides the punch and jump kick, which seems to do less damage than the punch, well, the guy was Rocky after all, other weapons can be collected and used. Rocks, knives, and dynamite which can be thrown, and a gun, which you probably could throw if you wanted to, but you might as well shoot the bullets instead. These are really useful for taking on the human enemies, who are a lot tougher, but just walk aimlessly back and forth until they see you. Oh, come on. That guy's wearing a sleeveless shirt too! Hasn't anyone heard of the Burlington Coat Factory? Yeah, clothing store humor. Enemies with knives and guns can do a lot more harm quickly, so it's better, all things equal, to just avoid them, especially since the hit detection isn't the best on this game. Take that, Shin! Great, another game that has to be realistic when you turn around, rotating perfectly like you're a microwave plate. It's ridiculous! I'm getting motion sickness watching this. Stay down, beefaroni! So in Cliffhanger, you cannot just walk, but run, by holding up and left or up right, depending on the direction you want to go. This I don't have a real issue with. What I take issue with is the fact that the controls are very loose, even slippery, and your jumps are momentum based, so you won't stop on a dime after a jump, but will continue for a small bit, often killing you when you fall off a cliff. What? Your character's running around on snow so you wouldn't stop immediately anyway? Okay, that makes sense if you're going for realism, but then does it make sense you can also jump 20 feet in the air? I don't like when games pick and choose what physics lessons they follow. I mean, where are you? On Earth or in Enceladus? Enceladus. That's one of Saturn's moons that has snow? Stay current with science news, people! So in some areas of the levels, you have the opportunity to use a rope to hang from and hand walk across chasms. So how the hell do you travel across the rope? Alright, Stallone, help me out. To rope climb over chasms, press A button while standing underneath the rope to jump up and grab it. Did I just do that? It's not grabbing the rope. Jumping with the A button alone doesn't do it, like the manual instructs. What good are your ripped Stallone muscles? Finally, I found it by trial and error. In order to grab the rope, you have to release the A button right when Gabe reaches the rope during the jump. Thanks for that intuitive solution. The manual is apparently not correct. So the somewhat short levels consist mostly of moving left to right, jumping over pits and beating on the laughable enemies. You can also get money by collecting random bags of cash, which aren't suitcases like in the movie, so what the hell are they doing laying around anyway? The money is only used when you come across a random fire. If you choose so, you can walk on the fire, and unlike 99.9% of video games in existence, instead of getting hurt here, you will actually heal some of your energy due to you burning some of the money to get warm. Even though the fire is already burning? That doesn't make much sense, but at least give the game credit for following the plot of the movie, where the characters burn the cash in one of the suitcases they retrieve for warmth. Boss battles are just stupid. The enemies have no real patterns, they just try to get close to you and smack you with whatever means they have. And your response is to just return fire with any weapon you have, or using your fist or goofy jump kick, hammering away before you lose all your health. There's no hit and run tactics that will work, you just have to pray your life bar will last. But if you want to exploit a glitch, run and attack at the same time, which will unleash an undocumented jumpless kick that will have some distance at least to keep the enemy at bay. And spam the hell out of it! Have no shame! Sleeveless power! This boss just throws rocks at you while wearing blue blocker sunglasses. This one's a lot easier than the first. Sweet lord, I'm snowboarding on a dead body! That may be the most badass thing I've ever seen in any NES game, and that includes Golgo 13 sniping people in the head. Your reward for these fun boss fights are cutscenes that have less graphical detail than my old kindergarten macaroni art. Say, either that lady has a cream-colored shirt on, or if I squint enough, I can make out the worst drawn breasts in video game history. Custer's Revenge had more detail. For a game called Cliffhanger, there's really no cliff-hanging, or cliff climbing for that matter. You won't find any Prince of Persia moves here, just strange snow running and overly high and long jumps. What the hell kind of boots is Gabe wearing here? He should be playing for the Miami Heat, not wasting his talents punching wolves in the face. If one word could describe Cliffhanger, it would be annoying. The second level here has you climbing ladders to get to the top of this mountain while rocks rain down from above. The jumps across the ledges require perfect placement and timing, but that's not what grinds my beans. When you get on a ladder, you have to quickly climb up them before a single rock hits you. If that happens, you'll incur damage and be thrown back down to the base of it. It's really random, so there's no real skill involved here. But at least it somewhat resembles rock climbing. Okay, ladder climbing. Also annoying is the fact that the screen will not scroll if an enemy is in front or near you, requiring you to eliminate them first. Totally unnecessary. Oh, this is fantastic! I have to kill that guy, but I'm stuck and I have to risk my life to jump back. It's like the game is trying to act like a movie itself and force you to take out some of the random thugs instead of avoiding them like any sensible person would. Fluffernutter! Speaking of annoying, the manual is not only that, but it's borderline insane. New old NES instructions? What? There are instructions that differ based upon if your NES is old or not? I've never seen this before ever. What astronomical chances are there that this was the first game anyone ever played on their brand new NES? There's no difference in the instructions except that the manual adeptly explains to you that you have to have a controller inserted to play the game. Well, thanks for that tip. If you needed the manual to realize that, odds are that you couldn't even read the manual to begin with. While giving you batshit crazy info like that, it doesn't bother to tell you that you can not only carry more than one weapon at a time, it conveniently doesn't tell you that you can switch between your weapons. This wouldn't matter that much if, I don't know, the select button was a button you used to, select your weapon, but it isn't. I found out how to switch weapons by accident. And do you know how to do it? Wait for it. Wait for it. You do so by pressing down and B. Down and B! Makes sense, doesn't it? You wouldn't want to overwrite the select button's function with that. Wait, what? The select button does absolutely nothing in the game? What, did the developers forget there was another button on the controller? What the hell is that? So if you stand still without pausing the game, you'll get cold and lose energy? Oh, real cute! What a great time to choose to be realistic in your video game! So it's perfectly fine to jump 20 feet in the air and kick bald eagles in the testicles, but no, we can't have our sleeveless shirt-wearing mountain climber outside and standing still for 6 seconds without contracting hypothermia! Holy shit! Now the game's just trolling me! The sound effects are so minimal, they might as well not even be in the game. The enemies only make sounds via their attacks, besides the bat. Aw, look at the flying rodents. Seriously, the howling wolves don't make a peep, but the bats, they're loud and clear. There's only 2 music tracks, and most of the time you'll hear the same droning theme in the levels. It sounds like the score of an action scene from an episode of Burn Notice, if the composer had just shot up some heroin. So is there any highlight at all in this game, besides the dead thug snow surfing? Well, there is one level that actually has you rock climbing. Wow, surprise! And it is fun for the 30 seconds it lasts. That is, if you can figure out how to jump on and grab onto the wall, something else the manual never mentions how to do. When you reach the final level, a helicopter will fire down on you, and there's no way to really attack it. Maybe you can jump up and grab the landing skids? No, that doesn't work. What the hell do you do? Run around and wait for it to run out of fuel? What? You can aim up and fire with the gun? How am I supposed to know that? The stupid instruction manual never tells you how to do that, or anything else for that matter. What idiot wrote this thing? Probably someone who never even played the game, let alone try to beat it. The game is bad enough without the manual intentionally leaving out information to try to screw you over. I didn't start this. They drew first blood. They drew first blood, not me. Wrong movie. And that's about all the patience I have for Cliffhanger, a mediocre game based on a puzzling licensing choice with below-average graphics, sounds, controls, and gameplay. It doesn't help that you can run through this game in about a half hour if you know what you're doing, but I don't see why you'd want to anyway. I'd rather get frostbite on my taint than ever play this again. And that does it for Cliffhanger. And for me. 5 years of NES game reviews come and gone. I thank you all and appreciate you all following me along on this journey of mine. Hopefully you had some fun and maybe you learned a little bit along the way. Take care, and happy gaming. And I'm done. Hello?
Hey, Patrick, what up?
Hey, Frank, I just finished my last video.
Cool. You think you could stop by my place in a few? You think you can bring that World Nintendo cart? And then we can get some barbecue after.
My NWC cart? What do you want with that?
No, it's not for me.
Bring the game and no one gets hurt. If you're not here in 15 minutes, I can't keep that promise. No cops.
Frank! Frank! Shit!
Is this some sort of internet thing?